This is the beauty of little Gopal, all conquering in all directions, naughty as anything. And this is Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana, the enchanter of all of Vrindavan, the playful enchanter. Means nobody escapes Krishna's mercy, not even a blade of grass of Vrindavan, not a monkey. Nobody can escape the mercy of Krishna. It's just too all-embracing. And therefore, we can only rejoice in thinking about this. Wow, Krishna in Vrindavan. This was the Vrindavan Srila Prabhupada meditated every day. And then Yamunatira Manachari. Then this Krishna is walking on the river Yamuna with his pastimes, with his associates, and loving all and inundating the whole world. This is the special feature, the special aspect of Radha Krishna Leela. So this is Vrindavan, and Vrindavan, of course Vrindavan, like when you go to Vrindavan, every altar in Vrindavan is a celebration of Vrindavan. Every temple in Vrindavan is a celebration of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a story of its own. And it has many features we cannot imagine. Just I was meeting with Swami Gyanananda, and he is actually basically an impersonalist, because his initiation is coming from some Mayavadi Sampradaya, but he made his main temple in Vrindavan. And we had a meeting with him about the cleaning of Vrindavan, because he made some public commentaries. He's very famous, has many disciples. He made a comment that he could not tolerate the dirt in Vrindavan anymore. So the Braj Vrindavan Heritage Alliance made an appointment with him, and we spoke with him. And for the 29th of January next year, we have organized a Safai Krama. That means a big festival of cleaning Vrindavan, where all the acharyas are invited, and where this consciousness of cleaning Vrindavan should come to a very strong notice. At least that's the idea. Braj Vrindavan Heritage Alliance and Gyanananda. And he saw Krishna. And then, as we were sitting with him, and he said, "Do you like our deities?" There is a yogi who's actually Advaita Vati, is asking me, "Do you like our beautiful deities?" So Krishna is just stealing the heart of everybody, even by Prabhupada. And when you go and see his deities, you'll be more surprised that everything is on that altar is imitation of ISKCON. I mean, it's Prabhupada imitation even to the way the deities' crowns are put on everything. Very well done. Beautiful temple, and in this way, Krishna consciousness just goes on and on and on. It goes on in the world, that we have to simply see what is it what Krishna wants us to do. So in this way, we can only think that the time has come to take Krishna consciousness more serious. I heard yesterday a class of Prabhupada, he says, don't take Krishna lightly. Don't do that. Don't make that severe mistake of taking Krishna lightly. He is the most heavy. That's what Guru means. Guru, he takes you out of ignorance. He removes the darkness. And that is feature of Krishna in the form of Guru. He's very heavy. You cannot take him lightly. If you push him to the side in your life, put him like on a little side issue only, then you will not be satisfied, your spiritual life will not be satisfying, your taste for the holy name will not develop, and many other things will also disappear. I see that, unfortunately, sometimes, you know, you see, yes, the spiritual life for this or that person has become like something, okay, it's nice for Janmashtami, and maybe on maybe on Ekadasi I chant a few more rounds, but otherwise the real daily life is not so much touched by everything as it is meant to be. So I can only recommend it to you. Not, please don't misunderstand that, oh, he wants to be taken more into consideration. Not really, you know. If you can forget about me for the rest of your life, I wouldn't really mind. Maybe a little bit hurt in the heart, but I wouldn't mind. But if you take Prabhupada lightly and your connection with Prabhupada lightly, then I think you're the loser, and you're not supposed to be the loser, because I'm responsible. It's my responsibility that you take Prabhupada very strongly and very heavily in your life, and that he's the number one issue, the number two service giver, the number three purifier, the number four motivation giver, the number five illuminator for all the different aspects of life in his scriptures. That's what Prabhupada is supposed to be in our life. So if he's going down like the, yes, like I ask you, how many classes you listen to. You can judge practically your Krishna consciousness by how many classes you physically listen to. You say at least one a day. Okay, at least one a day, so you're half saved. I mean, you still have to apply it, no? But this class, listening to classes, keep in contact, keep plugged in with the transcendental message, you know. And this classes, and more intense even than listening to classes, is giving classes. Oh, this is very, very wonderful. It's very mysterious. When you sit down and you give a class about Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, and Vrindavan, your life is immediately surcharged with mercy. That's why I try not to miss out one single day without 2 or 3 classes. Plus personal counseling, which is also kind of a class usually, but I don't want to live without this, because it is it forces you to be more Krishna conscious. It forces you. You can't give it up. So we want to go to the world of reality. Divine reality, and we want to dive deep into the divine reality, which is beyond our Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. You're born, okay, tolerate it. You become older, okay, not a very interesting story. You're becoming sick sometimes, okay, that's also part of the deal. Less interesting, you know. If you tell somebody, oh, I got a pain under my arm. Yeah, take care of it, you know. I mean, you don't go around the world, you look, everybody look under my arm, you know. It's no business of that, you know. So, Vyadi, okay, we become sick, it's going to happen to all of us. And Mrityu, well, we put it in the calendar. The day he or she disappeared. If he or she was a great devotee, then we will say, okay, now, before you only had the Avirbhav Mahotsav, your birthday, and then afterwards you also have your Tirubhav, your day of departure in the calendar. So when you die, the only thing important what really happens is you get another date on the calendar. And that's it. There's not much more to be said about it, you know. I mean, with all my love and all my connection with Prabhupada, everything, you know, my service to Prabhupada is my service to you. I can't serve him now personally, there's no way, I can't talk with him, I can pray to him, but he's not there, but you guys are here. So, in a way, you are more important for me than Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada taught me to take those serious who are there, to deal with them and to give them enthusiasm for their spiritual life. That's the only thing important in life, nothing else. So So that you have to see that it's a tangible reality, you know. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Okay, you're born in Germany. Okay, poor guy. Huh? Yeah, you were born in Colombia. Oh, God's sake, you know. Transcended. There's not much more to be said about it, you know. No, you're born in Bulgaria. Okay, you're lucky. The Aryans, the Bulgarians. Must be good for something there, no? But what's the use of being Aryans if you don't live the life of an Aryan? If you're not following the the Hari. Aryan means devotee of Hari. That's Hariyan. But the people in Afghanistan, I was speaking in the airport yesterday in Delhi with one Muslim from Afghanistan. He was a nice guy, and he said, our airline is called Ariana. Oh, I said, really? Yeah, yeah, because before Afghanistan was called Ariana. So it was the land of the devotees of Hari. But then the stupid Muslims invaded it and just forcefully made people Muslims there. Some bad karma they must have had. Must have offended Hari. But even then they still have an airline called Ariana to take you back to home, back to Hari. So anyhow, that's what life is like. So, well, what are we going to be proud of our birth? Huh? There's nothing to be proud about. Even though the karmi says, oh, Germany, we the Germans. Foolish karma, you know? Good reason to be ashamed. Any European, he should just die out of shame for all the horrible things the Europeans made all around the world. Just yesterday it came out in a paper that the Dutch people, they apologized 60 years after having made a massacre in Indonesia in order to maintain their colonial power there. They just indiscriminately massacred hundreds of men, women, children. You know, colonialists. And the Dutch with all their pride, no? We also massacred people, we also do that. Yes, they did. Yesterday they apologized, 60 years later. Now you have to pay for all the people you killed there. There's nobody left you can pay to. If the black people will sue the white people of Europe for all what they stole from them, I mean, Europe be in debt with Africa for the next 50 years. All the profit would have to go to Africa practically. Something like that. That would be some kind of justice for what they did, no? How can you go to a place, say the father, you go with us, leave the woman and the children there somewhere in the jungles of Africa, make him a slave? God, you know, how are you going to pay for that? You know? They're our so-called forefathers. So we have no reason to be proud about anything. Nothing. Just, if we want to be proud about something, then be proud about Srila Prabhupada, that he came and gave his grace to us, such undiscriminate way. That is grace. That is something you can be proud of it. But don't be proud of yourself. Be proud of him and serve him from the core of the heart. And that will make your life perfect. Anyhow, as you can see, Prabhupada meditated every day about Vrindavan. That's why I'm nostalgic now after having been in Vrindavan all Kartik practically and many weeks more and left and now. But preaching is so nice and I can talk about Vrindavan everywhere, and I wholeheartedly invite you to be now part of what's going on in Vrindavan. be part of it through Gandharvika. Send donations there. We need the Vrindavan temple needs it also, because we have a good team there now, and we are spending our energy outside in many ways. So if you are also connected to it, feel proud of that connection if you can afford it. It's definitely something nice, and it allows us to do more service, because in a way, you know, I'm also happy if the Vrinda family can do more services. Right now we're having 11 employees there doing service for Vrindavan, at least for the time being. See how long we can afford it. Because the dredging of the Yamuna is a big job. But it is so viable, so potentially viable, we see, and we have to join it right now, because right now the work is going on, and it was initialized by somebody called KPS Gill, who happens to be a Sikh, but he really did some bold step, and since he knows the laws in India, he's a national hero also. So he knows the law. So what did he do? He wrote 3 letters to the district magistrate complaining about the situation, with some 50-60 petition signatures of people who were not important. So the district magistrate, seeing that the names are not important, he didn't even reply. Now there's a law in India, if you send 3 petitions to the district magistrate and he doesn't do anything about it, then you have a right to take it into your own hands and start giving a remedy. So he very craftily, he wrote those 3 petitions, the district magistrate didn't reply, and now we are dredging the Yamuna ourselves. Now the situation there is of that nature. The way the Yamuna runs right now towards Vrindavan, it is quite feasible with an investment of probably $50,000 or something like that, to bring the main Yamuna flow right back in front of Vrindavan. That is feasible. That is a feasible thing. And you can imagine that that would be a big change, the main flow coming back to Vrindavan. Because the main, now it is a different scenario altogether. But it doesn't take care yet of the problem of the black waters going into the Yamuna, etc., etc. But since we have started to take things into our own hands, there may be even a possibility at some point of us taking in our own hands how to discard and how to direct the black waters. That is also possible. There is space to do it. It's not easy. Then you're not talking about $50,000. Then you're talking about $4 million, maybe, or something. Which in infrastructure today, that's nothing. $4 million for making roads and things like that. They spent that money like water everywhere. No, really. And with $4 million, you could tackle that. You could tackle. You could get. At least that Vrindavan is not putting a drop of contaminated water into the Yamuna. It is possible. And I have it more or less in my head how it could be done, but I'm not the designer there of the infrastructure. And the PWD, the Public Work Department, is so difficult to get any information from them. It's really tough. But anyhow, we are in it, and we are part of it, and in a sense, that makes us feel very connected to Vrindavan, connected to Prabhupada, because Prabhupada asked us to look after these things. So if we don't do it, it's not good for us, and it's not good for Vrindavan. Whether we're going to be successful or how quickly we will be successful, well, that really depends on how much money we invest there. And it really depends. Now the money, I couldn't even invest the money, but KPS Gill and this effort which is going on now, they can. Because I can't come as a foreigner and start meddling in the infrastructure. No, that's not possible. anyhow, here you got an overview of the scenario of Vrindavan today and why Vrindavan is so important to us. And I hope that you will be very inspired, and it will surcharge you and accompany you. And in the website Helping Hands for Vrindavan, you can also get the constant update of what's going on there. I now have one Chilean girl. She's just about 19 years old, and she's in charge of the cleaning crew of Vrindavan, which are like some heavy men there, and they're very lazy. But by having a young woman in charge of them, they go like, we actually have them working there. So anyhow, it's just another little feature. And we are doing some gardens in the Gopinath Mandir, and there's some garden projects of greening Vrindavan also. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Any questions? Do you have any questions in this regard? Oh. How is it outside?